Welcome to today's exciting fight. Ruger fired in haste but missed, and fifth brother, usually spot on, also failed. Oddly, the warrior ignored fifth brother and chased Ruger, who was knocked down by one punch while trying to fight back. Luckily, at a crucial moment, fifth brother attacked from behind, swiftly subduing the warrior, but he felt uneasy, knowing that the Kazakhs never hunt the living. Meanwhile, the chief saw the time was up and knew most warriors' scent had failed. So he sent another female warrior. Before they could rest, the horn sounded, leaving them drained. Like a graded exam with no good plan, they had to evade. Ruger took fifth brother's advice and split up to meet at the treehouse. Fifth brother lured pursuers away, but was soon ambushed by a hidden female warrior and easily defeated. The female warrior spared him, perhaps finding fifth brother cute and keeping him for now. Ruger washed his face and drank at the river. The female warrior approached quietly. Ruger sensed trouble, turned and saw a girl. Helpless, he fled as she chased relentlessly. At that moment, she seized the chance, hurled her sword, nearly giving Ruger a heart attack. Ruger saw she was tough and planned to trap her. Luckily, the female warrior triggered a trap, asking for trouble. Ruger knew fleeing was futile and pondered his next move. The female warrior found Ruger's gun upon reaching the riverbank. After a pause, she left, not knowing Ruger was hiding underwater, breathing via a bamboo tube. The chief saw the agreed time had come, but Ruger wasn't captured, deduced he was in grave danger, and decided to send a fiercer warrior. Having dodged a bullet, Ruger heard the horn and immediately activated escape mode, giving it his all. Hunting and bent, he missed the warrior right beside, swinging a meteor hammer. When he realized to flee, it was too late. His feet were tied, and he fell. Before he could react, the warrior's punch knocked him unconscious. When he woke up, he found himself tied up like a mummy, and it was clear that the strange people in front of him saw him as their prey. Ruger asked curiously, "Am I being threatened into slavery here?" Despite Ruger's repeated claims of misunderstanding, no one believed him and seemed ready to rob him any time. Now all he could do was hope fifth brother would come to rescue him soon. Fortunately, fifth brother was hiding in the shadows observing the situation, but was suddenly spotted by a guard. What a coincidence! He was punched flying, then bound up. Despite the dangerous situation, he pleaded for Ruger, saying he wasn't his slave, but a good friend. The chief not only didn't believe him, but wanted fifth brother to prove his loyalty by taking Ruger down himself. He thought fifth brother was forced by Ruger to say so, to buy time for a counterattack. Fifth brother frowned, slowly picked up the beach knife, helpless for wronged Ruger. The chief, seeing fifth brother hesitate to attack, became even more convinced that he was under Ruger's control, considering his heartfelt words were all insincere. They faked a deadly duel, forcing the two to fight to the death. Ruger was repulsed and vowed never to comply. Unfortunately, fifth brother agreed. They began fighting fiercely at once, and fifth brother punched Ruger to fake it. He reminded Ruger to stay calm to avoid exposure, and Ruger got fired up to fight back. However, the chief was still unsatisfied. To ensure they wouldn't slack off, the two went all out against each other, waiting for an opening to break free. Sure enough, not long after, the chief became upset again and started signaling at them. In a quick moment of teamwork, they easily controlled the chief. Using it as a threat, they kept others at bay. On the retreat to the treehouse, fifth brother saw the sly leader slow down to await reinforcements. At that moment, the Kazakh warriors were chasing them from behind. To escape quickly, they had to abandon the chief, but vengeful fifth brother didn't forget to throw him a punch as they left. Little did they know, like Gao Yao, the Kazakhs wouldn't give up easily. The two had to climb up a tree to hide, and luckily, they evaded the chase for now. Back in the treehouse, Ruger quickly activated the defense system. Before they discussed a resistance plan, fifth brother heard a sound. Ruger couldn't react in time. Nearly hit by a flying knife, Kazakh warriors' ambush took them by surprise. The two desperately fought back, but the chief swung his sword to assist, and fifth brother dodged quickly. They quickly shook off the remaining pursuers and began pummeling the chief, gearing up for a preemptive strike. Unexpectedly, they knocked him straight into a trash box that was sliding down, leaving the chief too scared to move and howling. The huge impact hurled the box and chief into tree roots, ending the poor chief. Finally breathing a sigh of relief, they looked at the remaining warriors and decided not to continue their pointless sacrifice and chose to exit gracefully. The female warrior was reluctant to leave fifth brother, whom she admired. As she prepared to go, he suddenly called her. Female warrior was startled, while fifth brother was at a loss for words. Ultimately, she left quietly. Perhaps they'll never meet again. Fifth brother felt uneasy, sulking and blaming himself for weakness. Ruger could only comfort him, saying, "Young man, you need to take it easy. Fate will bring you together again." The naive fifth brother actually believed him. Meanwhile, far away, Susan met Santa, who returned from the wealthy merchant. Santa told her that Robinson was still alive. However, Susan doubted the news, thinking Santa might be trying to con her with this lead. So she didn't pay much attention. Then, half believing, she told this to Limmy, hoping to help Robinson. Susan was the family steward friend of Robinson, but Limmy wasn't planning to get involved, thinking it wasn't beneficial. Seeing this, Susan felt disappointed but was helpless. After all, she had no power to make decisions, not realizing that Limmy was secretly meeting with Santa. She secretly obtained a map indicating Robinson's island location from him. As soon, Susan discovered that Limmy was packing a ship and raised a fuss to join her to find Robinson. However, Limmy didn't directly agree but proposed a suggestion. If she took Susan along and something went wrong, the kids would be crushed. To be safe, Limmy requested Susan to entrust her 2 children to her. It would ensure safety for the kids. Helpless, Susan hesitated for a moment and had to agree, signing the entrustment agreement while soothing the kids that their father would soon be back. But just as she was to pack her things to set off, Limmy's people dragged her away, and the kids were also taken. Only then did Susan realize that all of this was a trap set by Limmy to seize Robinson's family wealth. She watched helplessly as her children were taken away, her heart shattered. Back home, Oliver quickly changed into new clothes, eager to deliver a letter to Robinson, and rushed to find Susan, only to be told she was locked up in Fengren courtyard. He could only leave to think of a plan, as Limmy also gathered her crew, preparing to set sail to look for Robinson. Subtitles. If you really enjoy this humorous adaptation, don't forget to like it and subscribe.